Hello, trading has closed on the 5th of July, 2023. As always, we'll start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and make some predictions. I was busy most of the day, didn't watch the market, had internet problems. I'm going to try as hard as I can to get things right, but I can be wrong, and any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this, tends to be a rally day with a high in the final hour. Well, we got that, but that high was under this high, and if it's weak, it should lead to more weakness. Now, of course, time doesn't run out until early tomorrow. If we gap and go over here, there's no early weakness because tomorrow's open can substitute for today's close. But otherwise, I'm calling this a weak pattern. And we don't know about the open till tomorrow. It's just what we said. The time of the year is a bullish time, but we had a wave count arguing for a drop right from the open. That certainly is what we got. Tomorrow has the early low. Well, during the day, MEJT, when we were up here, MEJT gave an optional target of trading down. That printed. It did say to higher price it would print in the afternoon. Certainly didn't happen immediately, but they did print, and again, the system just gives targets. It doesn't give entries per se. We do cross our target off the list, 44, 46, 47, and you can see how we close right about the target. These aren't just targets, they're also support resistance areas. So we closed near support. Well, there still is resistance that we still haven't broken through, so let's focus in on smaller time frames. Well, you can't tell much from this time frame, so we have to go smaller still. Well, here was a drop down, and if we're in wave red 2 of wave black 3, you now have an A, a B, and a C with good fibs. And A and C are equal. So this could be the end of B. The catch is if we have a C down, which this is what this calls for, that brown C would be equal to brown A, only about 10 handles lower, with something like 44.36 if I remember right. 10 handles in a market like this isn't very much. It's really kind of a judgment call if it pays to take a trade where you would find support so close. That's just not a decision I can make for somebody else. The thing which we should pay attention to is this was a strong up day, and here we have 2 inside days, and that indicates lack of follow through, and usually it leads to a drop. So I'm looking for a drop, just don't know how big it's going to be. Well, tomorrow's pattern has early low, doesn't mean you won't gap up. Today's normally bullish pattern failed to close near its high, and if that's maintained at the open tomorrow, it should lead to lower prices printing. Doesn't mean we have to close lower though. And if we gap and promptly overtake the high of day, that kills the pattern. Friday moved straight up, was followed by an inside day. I ignore stub days like Monday. We had another inside day today that indicates lack of follow through. And if we ignore the stub, which isn't what Larry Williams says to do, but if we ignore it, as Williams rules call for us to trade lower tomorrow. If we drop 10 handles from today's close, we'll complete an ABC with C equal to A. So there might not be a huge amount of downside here, but absent the gap and prompt move over the high of today, I think we'll see lower prices print tomorrow. As always, we gap up smartly, the call is killed. And if we gap down and overtake this high early, I think the call is killed. But otherwise, we should trade lower, even if it might not be a huge drop. So tomorrow has the early low. I look for lower prices, but I can't really say if it'll be a lot lower. And I can't say if we'll close lower. And that's today's call.